Hello and welcome to my ETPD Screencast. Today we'll be discussing a tech tool that I really love to use in my classroom. It's called vocabulary.com. It's not the flashiest URL in the world, but it's very effective for obviously people trying to find vocabulary resources. It's helped me simplify vocab instruction in my classroom, and as well as gamifying it, which is a term that you hear a lot, I guess, in PD. And it's just a quick, brief introduction for you. So the problem that I saw in my classroom is that vocabulary is a necessary element in the English classroom. However, it's difficult at times to seamlessly integrate the instruction of vocabulary into textual studies. The two things don't tend to go hand in hand all that often. So studying a list of connected words in conjunction with a work has its benefits, but it can feel disconnected from the main unit sometimes. Vocabulary.com I see as a solution. It's a site that simplifies vocabulary instruction. You can take any list of words that you like. Either you can create it or you can allow the site to come up with a list itself, and I'll show you how to do that in a second, or I'll define how it works. And you can gamify the learning process. So we have daily, weekly, and monthly leaderboards. Those are statewide and nationwide as far as your school and how you're doing. It provides high quality individual word level data that you can access and go very, very deep into. I don't have students, of course, at this moment, so it's very difficult to go into that now, but it will go all the way down to the word level for you. You can use it for assignments. You can assign quizzes, you can assign lists, see how your kids are doing. If you choose the pay option, and entire schools can participate in vocabulary.com based on how many words they've mastered, which allows for an extra level of competition, a little bit of school spirit. My school actually managed to win state this year, and they sent us this very nice banner, and it was kind of a big deal. It was real fun. So accessing vocabulary.com. You can use either the pay version of vocab.com or you can use the free version. On the pay version, as I mentioned, you can get all that micro data down to the individual student level, down to the individual word level. You can scan documents and texts for vocabulary, and it will create lists for you automatically. All you have to do is copy the document, paste it into their browser, and I suppose it's a browser, and it will find all the vocabulary words in there that they have and simply create the list. In the free version, you can still create and assign word lists, but you'll only get information on your top 3 students. So let's take a look at this, see what it looks like. So vocabulary.com, this is what it looks like when you sign in to your account. You can see this is my account, and this is where you create classes. So to create a class is a pretty simple process. You just type in your class name here. I tend to do it by periods, just like they have suggested. You put in the start and end dates of the class. You can, of course, set these up over summer before you have your rosters or anything like that, and even on the first day, send them out a password so that they can go ahead and join your class. Tell them what grade level you're working with, and if you have a class description, type it in here and simply create the class. It's a very simple process. Second thing I wanted to show you, and of course you can do this for all your classes. The second thing I wanted to show you was the lists. To access lists that already exist, simply click the Lists tab up here, and it'll pull up all the lists they have. Now, these are current lists that they have just recently added. We have a lot of July 4th related stuff up here. Let's take a look at this one. Words from the 4th of July songbook. Now, if you create a list, it'll look exactly like this on your interface. And I go to practice. I use practice here, and you can go straight into a practice session. This is what it looks like when you start practicing these words. This is what your kids will see once it pops up here. You'll have a little question. You simply answer the question correctly or incorrectly. And perilous means dangerous, so let's click on that. And it'll tell you you're correct or incorrect or whatever. Now, we can go back into lists. Here's where you will assign the list to your students. It's a pretty straightforward process there. If you go into assign, you can tell it that you want to assign it as practice, and then you just tell it what classes you want it to do it. So the last thing I wanted to show you on the site was the vocabulary bowl, and these are real-time leaderboards. Bowl season last year, it's taken a minute to load, but you can see In Louisiana, there's your top high schools, or your top schools. These are top high schools. No, that's right. It's top schools overall. So here are all the schools in America. You can see them ranked, all the high schools in America. You also can see daily, weekly, and monthly individual leaderboards. And here are your individual leaderboards for the day. Paul Gamage is doing very well. And you can see how many words mastered overall. Okay, and they use words mastered to rank the team. So it's a really great program, and it helps to, again, gamify, make it a little bit more fun. So final thoughts, vocab.com streamlines vocabulary instruction. It takes the pen and the paper out of the process. You can try it for free either by signing up your class or taking a few volunteers, monitoring their information. So good luck. And if you have any questions, email me at abmedlin@caddoschools.org. Thanks a lot.